Okay, welcome. Today I'm going to be talking about when you feel inadequate and how you can start to release these feelings of inadequacy and essentially where they come from. And yes, okay, enjoy. Okay, so we have today a reflection about inadequacy. So just been reflecting, speaking to clients recently, and just seeing that this is a common theme that we have in the West. And I mentioned a couple of days ago this sense that a lot of us feel that we are not good enough, that there's something wrong with us, and it kind of ties in with this feeling of inadequacy, that it doesn't matter what we do, we still are not quite good enough, really. So I wanted to offer some reflections on this. And yeah, first of all, I just wanted to kind of put a bit of background in there, is that when we're growing up, as I said in the video on Wednesday, and I'll put this on the end, about low self-esteem, that we grow up, and if we shine, then we're kind of, it's questioned. Maybe our parents, let us shine, but maybe not. But generally at school, then, in my own experience growing up, then I could be good at sport on my year, but if I was better than those who were older than me, it was like, well, they didn't like that, and I was kind of bullied or told, no, you've got to not play so well. And so we grow up feeling and basically beating ourselves up, so we kind of really have this sense that we're not good enough. And yeah, so kind of reflecting, working with my clients, is seeing that the work that I do is I see that we get this belief of being inadequate from early childhood. And what I do in the work that I do is I help people go back into the early years where this feeling, this belief came from, and change the pictures. And Bruce Lipton talks about this, is in order to change beliefs, he wrote the book Biology of Beliefs, in order to change these pictures, then we've got to go back into the 0 to 6, those first years of our lives. That's when we learnt a lot of this. And so my work is going back into and working with clients, finding these early pictures and changing them, changing what they mean, and changing it from feeling that we're inadequate to actually, no, we're good enough. Because essentially my belief is that we are all good enough. We are all perfect as we are. We've just been told that we have to be a certain way, we have to get certain grades, we have to fulfill a certain path in life, which is determined by someone else. We're not really looking at the individual. And I think for that reason that we're all perfect. Sure, we can all grow, and it's wonderful to grow, but I think I see in the West, and I've mentioned this before, is we give ourselves such a hard time. And I remember the teacher Ajahn Chah saying that he didn't need to criticize his monks in the monastery, because the Western monks, because they were giving themselves such a hard time themselves. And I see this is still true now, that we as Westerners, we're still giving ourselves a hard time, saying we're not good enough, we're inadequate. And the reality is you're not inadequate. And yet my work, in the work I do in my coaching, is I help people. It's all very well that we know we're not good enough, but we've got to change those pictures. And I recommend looking at something like matrix re-imprinting, and looking at, how do I change these pictures of where I learned to feel that I was inadequate, that I was not enough. And when you do that, then your feeling of inadequacy changes as well, and you start to think, actually, I'm good enough the way I am, I'm perfect the way I am. So, yes. So, from this beautiful river, I am sat in the stones, the river, offering many reflections and blessings, and I hope that you're well. Okay, take care, be well.